The Netflix limited series Adolescence centers on a nightmare scenario for any parent, a young boy who commits an act of violence under the influence of misogynist content online. The show is set in the UK, but it has reached a global audience with more than 120 million views. Now, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer is taking the show as a call to action for parents to keep a closer eye on what their kids do online. Lee Canary reports.
Police! Get down on the floor!
Forcing the viewer inside an unbearable reality. Through one lens.
I haven't done anything! No, you've got the wrong house.
A parent's worst nightmare as must-see TV. Adolescence follows the story of Jamie, a 13-year-old boy.
Police! Suspect found! Show me hands! Get your hands!
Arrested for murder. But it's no mystery.
D.I. Bascom, one in custody.
He did do it, and his motive became national conversation.
Inside, please.
From the school gates to the Houses of Parliament.
Yes, and at home we are watching Adolescence with our children.
The Prime Minister said the series is so important he'll make it available to every middle school in the country. Some fear that risks normalizing the negative behavior. But for experts in child welfare, the spotlight is long overdue.
I was relieved that the story that we've known for years is finally out there.
Susie MacDonald is the CEO of Tender, a British charity focused on preventing domestic abuse and violence.
And even though he looked like a child, I knew that 13-year-old boys are capable of terrible, terrible violence.
Look out! Sit down!
Viewers get an insight into the online world that corrupted Jamie.
That's what they say, you're an incel, you're gonna be, I don't know, a virgin forever.
A young girl bullied him, calling him an incel, short for involuntary celibate. And he was influenced by men online that encourage violence towards women who don't desire them. In reality, those views are widespread. A recent poll found over 70% of Gen Z witness misogyny online. MacDonald says we must reach the kids before extreme views reach them.
In many schools, children as young as 5 or 6 have their own smartphones.
5-year-olds with cell phones.
Yep. So the horse has bolted. We have to do something about it. We have to protect our children by enabling them to be able to look at material if it comes their way and be able to critically assess, is that something that I should be looking at?
We're here to make sure that you're happy and safe.
That's where Tender comes in.
What else if someone's gaslighting you?
These are 9 to 11-year-old kids in a London school, already talking about gaslighting, blackmail, and controlling behavior. The charity runs workshops like this to teach kids about healthy relationships.
If you can't go for them to help, you can't build on the friendships.
It makes you look a bit funny.
And through drama, what red flags to look out for in unhealthy ones.
And as they get older, then as relationships perhaps become more intimate or romantic, they can apply everything that they've learned about what they want from friendships into those romantic relationships.
Some people have said boys are lost. Do you find that to be true with your work? Should there be more of a focus on boys?
What we can't do is blame boys, but we have to change our narrative. We have to pay attention to boys and we have to protect boys from becoming perpetrators.
Protecting the boys by seeing what they see and stopping it before it takes hold. For CBS Mornings, I'm Lee Canary in London.
I've been reading so much about this series. I really want to see it. I like what you said, protect boys, prevent boys from becoming perpetrators. And the only way to do that is to have an open conversation.
Yeah, but you also have to be careful you don't view the entire population of boys as criminals in waiting.
Yeah,
right?
very good
so
point.
Men have to be, young men have to be seen as something that society wants, appreciates, sees a role for, and defining what that role is a challenge of the 21st century.
I think that's critically important, that, as you say, Tony, that society sees a role for young boys who later become men. I'm really glad Lee did the story because I think it's sort of eye-opening, and it's interesting that a government is seeing a piece of art and saying we need to make this part of the
Everybody
conversation.
needs to see this.
Yeah.